Have you ever wondered, is it really that bad? Do I have a drinking problem? These are questions that I asked myself, and every single one of my clients has asked themselves these questions also. On the outside, things may look fine. Your drinking may even seem pretty normal compared to other people you know. But on the inside, you just feel like something isn't right. The truth is, it wasn't until I stopped asking myself, is it that bad? And started asking, how is alcohol affecting my life, that I got the clarity I needed. In this video, I'm going to share 5 powerful questions that helped me better understand how alcohol was affecting my life and the one thing that helped me take back control. By the end of this video, you will have the exact questions that you need to ask yourself to find out once and for all if alcohol is becoming a problem for you. The first question you can ask yourself is, what does alcohol give me and what does it take away? You can take a piece of paper and fold it in half. And on one side of the paper, write all the things that alcohol gives you. It gives you something. That's why you turn to it time and time again, and why you're watching this video, because it's probably increased a little bit more than you're comfortable with. So write that down. Is it a stress reliever? Is it to help you connect? Is it a way to relax? And then on the other side, I want you to think about all the things that alcohol takes from you. Does it steal your time? Does it steal your mental focus? Like, are you planning when you're going to drink and what you're going to drink, and it's just kind of taking up mental space that it doesn't need to? Think about all those things and write them down. And then you can actually look at and compare the two sides. That is going to help you decide, is alcohol taking more than it's giving? For me, I realized that alcohol was a temporary fix, but it was actually stealing my energy, my motivation, my productivity, and most of all, my self-confidence. Question number 2 is, have you ever felt guilt or shame around your drinking? Be honest with yourself. Have you felt guilty? Have you felt the need to hide it or downplay how much you're drinking? I remember back in the day, sometimes I would drink before I went out with friends just so they didn't know how much I was actually drinking. Or maybe I would go out and drink moderately, but when I got home, I would just plow through a whole bunch of alcohol. It was this shame that haunted me, that held me down, and just made me, quite honestly, want to keep drinking and drink even more, to drown out that voice that was telling me just how awful I was and how I wouldn't get it. The first thing to do is to pull that out and put it into the light. When you speak it out, when you just let yourself know, yes, this is happening, pretty soon it loses its power over you. The more you try to hide it from yourself and others, the more it's going to fester and cause chaos in your life. So write it out, speak it out, tell the Lord, and just feel how much freer you are once you're able to admit that, if it's something that you've been dealing with. Question number 3 is, have you ever tried to cut back but found that you just couldn't do it? Now, this question reveals a lot. This is a really good indicator that perhaps alcohol is becoming a problem for you, but it's no need to panic, because you can reframe your mind around what you're drinking and how you're drinking so that you can take it or leave it with peace. One of the big things with this is knowing the why behind why you're reaching for that glass of alcohol every single night habitually. The best thing to do is to recognize patterns. I always suggest keeping a journal, and don't look at the journal or your findings in the journal with a sense of judgment or as a way to shame yourself. Look at it from a place of curiosity. Why did I choose to drink at this time, even though I told myself I was cutting back? What was the catalyst that had me craving that alcohol? Was it that time of night? Did I have a really hard day? Was I going out with friends? Just think about what those triggers might be or those cues might be that prompted you to have that craving and then to go ahead and give into the craving. Sometimes it's as simple as we just need something. Are you hungry, angry, lonely, tired? Are you bored? Do you feel like your evenings are not structured properly? There is so much that can be done to help you plan and prepare around those times that are really, really difficult so that you will be successful. Ask yourself this question, but don't take it as it's something terrible if you answer yes. It's actually going to give you some really valuable information that you can use as you journey toward alcohol freedom. If you want to go even deeper and gain even more clarity, then check out my free 5-day Sacred Sobriety Kick Start. It is loaded with tools that are going to help you on your journey toward alcohol freedom. Question number 4 is, how often do you find it difficult to stop drinking once you've started? Now, this can be a really hard question and a very vulnerable one. I know for me, when I asked myself this question, I had to admit that 100% of the time, once I started drinking, it was all bets are off. Now, I know that that is not the case for most of you. So just ask yourself this question. When you go out and you plan to have 1 or 2 drinks, how often do you find that maybe you have 3 or 4 or more? I kind of equate it to a bag of chips. I mean, sometimes I'll think I'm just gonna have a few chips. I open up the bag, I sit down on the couch, and I'm eating them. And before I know it, I'm halfway through it and I'm begging my husband to take the bag away from me before I eat the whole thing. It's a real problem sometimes. So for me, sometimes I don't even start on the potato chips because I know the road that I'm going to go down. However, if I decide that I want those potato chips, I will plan for it and I will get a bowl and I'll put how much I want in that bowl, and then I'll put the bag away and I'll eat those chips and I won't go back for any more. I'll make sure to tell myself you're not going back for any more, and that generally works for me. And you can do the same thing with alcohol. For example, one of my clients was going to an event. She has her special wine that she loves and she was going to bring a bottle, and she said that she was going to have 2 glasses of this wine, and she planned that she was going to have 1 glass before dinner, and then she was going to have the second glass with dinner. And so I said, well, what are you going to do with the rest of the wine? I mean, won't that be a temptation? And she thought about it and she said, yeah, that will be a temptation. So I told her, what could you do that is going to help it not be a temptation? Well, she thought about 2 things. One was she could pour the rest down the sink, but that just hurt her heart a little bit too much to think about doing that. So what she did say is she could ask her husband to take that bottle of wine and put it on a table where there was community wine for people to share. And she said that she thought that would be a good option for her. And it was. So when you think about it and plan for it, it's going to be so much easier. But I digress. Ask yourself this question, get really honest, write it in your journal, and use that again as evidence. Look at that from a place of curiosity so that you know how to plan and prepare for events or different times when this might be a problem for you. And finally, question number 5. How would your life be different if you were free to take alcohol or leave it with peace? Imagine this. No constant dialogue about whether or not you're going to drink. No guilt, no shame, just freedom. Whether you decide to take alcohol or leave it It doesn't matter because you've taken back control and you are free to choose. So I want you to think about, how would this impact your life? How would your life be different? This is the one thing that really helped me break free, because I realized the grip and the hold that alcohol had on me was holding me back. And maybe you're feeling that too. This gave me my why. And when you have your why, when you know why you want to reduce or eliminate alcohol, that is going to be your guiding star. That is what you can pull up and call to mind when those cravings seem so intense, when the triggers and the cues are coming at you like nobody's business. You can remember your why you decided in the first place to reduce or eliminate alcohol. And that, my friend, is what is going to help you take back control so that you can take alcohol or leave it with peace. After watching this video, you might be thinking, okay, I get it, but how do I actually change my drinking habits? If you are wondering, then check out this video, which is going to help you break free from excuses so that you can transform your drinking.